Durst the worst?
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Oh, Durst the worst.
Durst is the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst?
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
So militant left-wing troons are the real problem, okay? They're not the real fascists either, they're the real commies. So some sort of legislation, I think it actually did pass, if my newsfeed is to be believed, some sort of legislation passed in Tennessee where they limited some degree of like the flashing of gay pornog at kids in schools or drag performances or troon surgeries or all the above. They passed some sort of bill to limit that, and this drag queen Troon has already started issuing threats. So apparently there's a call to political violence when this bill is passed, which would make it an offense for adult cabaret performances in the view of children in public. Okay, so I guess it's a emphasis on the creepy, like, sexualized cabaret dancing, like the gender-bending striptease dancing in front of little kids. Trans activist Aaron Reed praises the speech. Inner followers celebrate violence. Who the fuck is Aaron Reed? We'll check this out. I think this is the Troon that made us stink.
This is an attempt to erase drag in Tennessee. This bill will further harm trans people who are literally just living their fucking lives. I need you to contact your House representative and tell them this will not stand. Urge them to vote no, because if they don't, this will make public pride illegal this year. Now, if you don't know, we've been having public drag in Tennessee for over 50 years.
Right, so they basically them living their best lives and them just existing is dancing provocatively and sexually in front of kids and proactively involving little kids in that.
And pride began to commemorate the events of Stonewall. Back in Stonewall, we weren't allowed to do drag. It was criminalized. So what happened when the cops came in and tried to beat us down? We picked up them bricks and sent them packing.
Wow.
The original Pride was a riot. And if this year we need to remind them that we will fight for our liberation. We will raise our bricks high again and let them know that we...
Dude, this is just like straight out of a fucking ridiculous movie. And that, you know, that lends credence to the notion that a lot of these movies are just predictive programming. Like, this is like an episode of Jerry Springer 20 years ago. Like, a trans drag performer calling for anti-police violence. Basically, a call to bricks if they, in any way limit the troon surgeries for kids or the dancing provocatively in front of kids, cabaret, drag, garish, sexualized displays in front of little kids. Like, if they limit that in any way... The original Pride was a riot. Right, that's exactly why we probably should have had more mental institutions for you people.
Will not go quietly. I may need your help with legal fees because mama ain't quitting. I'll get arrested. I don't care. Somebody's got to be first. We'll sue the state. But whatever happens, we are queer people. We are very strong.
They have a legal fee, probably.
I'll get arrested. I don't care. Somebody's got to be first. We'll sue the state. But whatever happens...
Yeah, they probably have, like, massive oy vey legal representation, don't they? I'll sue the state. I'll get arrested. No big deal. Right, exactly. Because that's the whole thing, isn't it? That's the whole thing, isn't it?
We are queer people. We are very strong. And we will rise.
The queer grift will rise, yes. I'm sure it will.
Thank you so much, y'all, for enduring that. Let's get back to your drag show. I would introduce myself, but that is the least southern thing that a lady can do.
Boom, bring. Groom your kids on TikTok as well. It's not just schools. It's on the computer. Yeah, take the frickin' tablets away from kids. Homeschool them if you can. Figure out a way on the other end to take schools back. Because, I mean, these are the kind of radical psychos that are taking it over. It was... kind of starting when I was a kid, but now it's just over. Oh, okay, this is the Aaron Reed. Amazing defiant speech from Bella Duvall in Tennessee against the anti-drag bill there. Quote, if they try to take drag away, this year we will remind them we will fight for our liberation. We will raise our bricks high. And then a brick emoji that is fucking weird, man. Is there any sort of January 6th equivalent investigation into these types of groups? No, there isn't. So holler goth, them you really going to die for drag queens and queer folk? Someone is. Okay, so they're literally willing to go all out Antifa, black bloc, which we've seen before. We've seen motherfuckers outside with guns and masks and, you know, defend off the evil Proud Boys who, again, don't want, like, they're probably not even so-called Proud Boys. I think that group is barely in existence anymore. But it was just like anyone who's not a psycho and in the area saying like, listen, dude, like, let's tune down the degeneracy. Let's tune down the grooming. All right. What is this? Okay. Is this the bill? Oh, wait. Let's see. SB 003 by Johnson code. An act to amend Tennessee code to relative to adult-oriented performances. Obscenity and pornography as introduced creates an offense for a person who engages in an adult cabaret performance on public property or in a location where the... Okay, so they're gonna try to limit the fucking provocative dancing for kids, and that's a problem. And here we have the Mott and Bailey or false equivalence or red herring squad. Been on TV since the late 50s. I don't know if this person's trying to falsely equivocate or just kind of call attention to how ghastly it all looks, or like funny, I guess, because back then they were portraying it as funny, right? And like we can go into like the myriad of reasons why it's a false equivalence, right? It's not overtly sexualized. There's no crotch shot kind of strip tease overtone to the whole thing. They're not proactively involving little kids in it. There's no kooky gender ideology associated with it. There's like 18 million things that make it a false equivalence, right? That's why I fucking... Right, see, yeah, weird. I don't see them having kids touch dildos attached to people in this video, which is what's going on nowadays, right? Exactly, that's pride parades. And you got fucking articles that are, yeah, basically like, yeah, kink belongs at Pride and I want my kids to see it. We've had articles like that people have covered. Comedic drag is different than cabaret, exactly. What time of day. And always played for comedy. There was no grotesque sexual component, no attempt to indoctrinate others, particularly kids. It was for laughs and everybody knew it. Right, it's like falsely equivocating British humor where they'd cross-dress, right? That's to play up how absurd a dude looks in chicks' clothing. There's no sexual component to it. I mean, I guess if you're a progressive leftist pervert and everything, you notice how they immediately go to sex, like, oh, you're a virgin incel, or oh, you blah, blah, blah. Like, they always call into question your personal sexual life, and when they're shoving their personal sexual life in everybody's face, because I guess to them that sort of thing's normal. Every last thing going back to sex, even interactions with little kids, right? So look, yeah, bars too. That's the other thing. These are held at bars a lot of the time. Boozed up creepazoid cross-dressers. A lot of times with frickin' sexual offenses in their record, you know? Drag itself isn't the problem. It's a sexualized version that's the problem. Kids shouldn't be around that, right? And the Troon surgery shouldn't even exist. No twerking in this video. No crotch shots, exactly. No shoving, dollar bills and G-strings or anything like that. This is not what's being performed in front of children. Even drag professionals are coming out against, okay, yeah, you don't need permission from so-called drag professionals to oppose this. That's why any conservative influencer that's, like, dressing up like a tranny conservative or a drag conservative, like, avoid those people like the plague. Those are fucking ridiculous, Ridiculous false equivalence. Head these people up off at the pass and, call them out where they stand. But yeah, this person should be arrested, obviously, but probably never will be because she's probably dude is probably a paid actor, whatever, some sort of fucking agitator or whatever, but that's the clown world that we fucking live in.